race report for the Run for the House 10K. I did 2 days ago now. Went pretty well. PR'd with a little bit of an asterisk because it's a short course, but my previous PR was also on the same course, and my pace is such that it would have been a PR regardless if it wasn't a short course. So I finished in 37:46. By my measurement, the course is about 400 meters short, so probably add a minute and a half-ish for me to that for my real 10K PR. Felt really good about it. I ended up in the top 10. There was a timing snafu, which has seemed to happen to me lately, but a bunch of 5K runners were credited as having run the 10K because it's hard to imagine that they were all this case, but at least some of them were transfers. They were going to do the 10K and then they switched to do the 5K, and somehow something didn't get updated, so their 5K time was credited as a 10K time. So the top 20 people were all messed up for a while, but now they've got it sorted out on the website, so that's good. So I came in tied for 8th overall by chip time. Top Masters winner, so I was the Masters champion for the first time in my life, so that was really cool. And first in my age group, obviously, because of the being the top Masters. So yeah, that all felt really good. I looked at my splits. My splits were pretty darn good. I went out a little fast at the beginning. Like, I'm still that sprinter's mentality. When I hear the gun, I take off a little too fast, but I reined that in. My first split was 6:20. My next split was kind of an interesting one. I ran 6:25 for the second mile, and it was like only a 4-foot overall increase in elevation gain. So I'm not really sure the reason for that. I'm not really sure why that mile was a little slow. My next mile was even slower, 6:26, but that had like a 45-foot hill overall elevation gain. So that makes perfect sense, and that's actually a very, I was pushing pretty hard there actually. And then my next 3 splits were all under 6:20. I had one I think was 6:14. Ran out of gas a little bit in the last mile. My last mile split was 6:17, and that included a final push where I was running like 4 something minute mile pace. So ran out of gas a little bit, I think, that last mile. I maybe pushed a little too hard the second to last mile, but it was a negative split. That's always a good sign. I felt pretty good the whole way. Felt under control. I probably, in retrospect, could have pushed a little bit harder. It felt like a good effort. It was right correlating to my other recent race times about what I was expecting. I had expected to run about a 6:20 overall pace. That's exactly what I ran. So can't be too upset about that. And yeah, the one thing that was a little bit of a curveball is it did turn out to be pretty cold. I was hoping to just wear a t-shirt, and I got there, I had actually only put a t-shirt on, and I brought it on a base layer with me just in case. And I was walking around and I was just trying to get the feel for it, and then the last second I decided I'm going to put the base layer on. I'd rather be a little error on the side of caution than get out there and be real frozen. And of course, in retrospect, when you get running, you heat up a whole bunch, and I probably could have survived without it, but yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm going to err on the side of caution rather than risk just freezing to death out there. The overall winner ran in a singlet and shorts, just so if he survived the 10K wearing that, I probably could have too. I don't think it really impacted me that much. I had a little bit heavier, a little bit more weight on me, a little bit less breathability probably, but I doubt it would have impacted my time very much at all. The other cool thing about this race was I beat another guy that does Ironman triathlon training that I work with, and beat him for the first time. Last time I raced him was 2 years ago, and he was like 30 seconds faster than me for a 10K, so I beat him by like a minute 10 this time. So that was really cool. I think I can claim to be the fastest person in my company now. Everything went pretty much as planned, and I'm feeling pretty good going into Boston now. I still haven't really decided on my pace for Boston. My times are correlating to a pretty darn fast, like sub 7 minute pace even. For the marathon. I don't think I have the guts to go for that. I'm probably going to be a little conservative, but I don't know how conservative. I definitely would like to go under 3:10, but I'm debating about trying to go for like a 305, which would be a BQ minus 10. Um, but we'll see. Probably what I'm going to end up doing is going out conservatively, maybe like 7:10 pace, and see how that goes. And then if I get to mile 20, if I get to top of Heartbreak Hill, and I'm feeling really good, I might try to speed up from there. But I'm still trying to decide on that. This is probably the least sure I've ever been about what pace I should try to go for the marathon, just because it's like my last marathon was 7:17 pace, and I felt like I was redlining the whole way. And I've gotten faster here, for sure, but it's hard to have that confidence to say, yeah, I can go out and run a 7-minute mile pace for a marathon, or something like that. And I really don't want to risk, because it's Boston, I want to have a good race. I don't want to risk totally falling apart for this specific race. If I do BQ here, I might come back and do Marquette or even Chicago or something, and just try to do it all out and see, risk blowing up, and see if I can go, maybe even sub 3, but we'll see. So yeah, that's about all I have to say. 10K race. It's a good race, local race here in Lansing area. It's for a good cause, Ronald McDonald House. So if you're in the area, Lansing, Central Michigan, it's a fun race. It's for a good cause. It's got a lot of cool stuff. They got McDonald's comes out with some muffins and coffee and stuff like that. So, and they have a kids race and all kinds of different activities, mascots and stuff like that. So, the MSU cheerleaders were there this year. I think they tend to come to those. So, a whole bunch of lots to see and do there. So yeah, that's just about it. I'm doing one more tune-up race next week, so be ready for that. And then I got the Boston Marathon right around the corner, so I'm starting to get pumped up. It's 3 weeks from today, so very much looking forward to that. So subscribe if you like the content, if you wanted to keep up with my progress and all that, and I'll be back soon. Thank you.